Hello everyone, welcome to Lotus Heart Tarot. I'm so happy to have you here. We're going to dive straight into your reading today. Get a look at what is going on for Pisces in love here, Spirit. Can you please show us what is going on with Pisces in love and relationships? But when I was meditating on your energy, Pisces, I did get this energy of someone feeling like they're on the outside looking in. And I did get that it may not, for some of you, it's definitely, your person. But for others of you, it could be a friend or a family member or, it's someone that I felt like had access to you that no longer has access to you or not under the same conditions or circumstance. And for some of you, I felt there was like a loss of trust in the connection, in that relationship. So I'm not sure if this is what's going to come out here, but it definitely tapped into that energy. Wow. Okay. You guys are getting union and freedom. Pisces, I don't know, this feels connected to what I was just telling you in that if you were in some kind of, I don't know, situationship or even a connection, a full-on connection or a friendship or whatever, where, it's like, there's something about this freedom that's like knowing your worth or knowing your value and knowing the value of your freedom. Like, it's not, you don't just give it for any kind of connection or relationship. You give it for those that are worth it and for those that recognize your worth, right? And those you kind of hold on to forever, or you know what I mean? You commit, you strengthen the bond. So it feels like there's some kind of energy. It's almost like a waffling back and forth, or it could be just that you stayed in your value and let something go. For some of you, it may even be like someone else walked away from you or someone else betrayed you or did something. And you're remembering you're coming back to your own energy here. Okay, pause and take some time before you make a decision about this person. Some information may be missing from the story, which will reach you when the time is right. This connection is a slow burning energy. It will gradually build up in time, but other priorities are taking precedence at this time. Trust the process and work on your own life first. Yes. This connection has run its course. There are no more lessons to be learned from them. You may be drawn away from them at this time as the soul contract has completed. Okay, so you also have, this is a karmic partner and you are circling around the same lesson over and over until it is learned. Wow, okay, Pisces, it's like, I just heard the words conscious uncoupling. Okay, what I'm getting is that, this is a general reading, so we're all going to be on different timelines. We're all going to be in a different scenario. I do trust, like, all of these cards do not relate to every single one of you. It's like you got to choose what pertains to you or what your story is or what your situation is, but there is some kind of energy here about choosing to either let someone go or to walk away or to kind of cut a cord or to, sort of let this be the last cycle with someone that you have learned repeatedly from. Now, it does feel like embracing this energy is actually drawing what you want closer to you. I strongly got that. In the meditation, it's like sometimes you feel so far away from what you want or so far away from what you felt you were working toward that you I feel just like a little wobble in the energy. That you wobble a little bit or something, or you question yourself or something like that. but it feels like you're actually just on the precipice of what you want. Like, it's giving me the energy of like the death card, where every ending really is a new beginning. It's a transformation. It's not really over, right? It's just taking on a new life. And so for some of you, it feels like finally letting go of a past person is opening you up. Like, boom, you're gonna fall into a really solid connection. What you were really hoping for and working toward and trying for with a past person is gonna just kind of show up suddenly, even possibly for you. For others of you, this may be a person that you were really working towards something with, or really trying something with, who it's like as close as it got, it never quite got there. And so you had to sort of untether yourself to it, to, you know, because it wasn't what you needed it to be or what you wanted it to be. For some of you, there could even have been a little bit of a collapse of trust, or you know, you said we were working toward this, or, you know, I'm really looking at your actions and they don't match your words, you know, stuff like that. It's all different things, but what I'm getting is that it's sort of like you're making a decision to free yourself from something here, and it's actually taking you directly to the thing that you're freeing yourself from. So let me just see here. You know, and like for some of you, you're in a connection where it is something that's slow. It, you know, time, circumstance, whatever, you know, maybe you're at a distance from each other. Maybe, you know, someone's got a lot going on with their career, or with an aging parent, or with a child, or with a divorce, or with whatever. And it's like, it just can't, this is not its moment. You know, but still freeing yourself from it, exploring your life, you know, paying into yourself, filling your own cup. The vivacity of that is something that is actually going to bring about, you know, the next iteration of this relationship probably faster and stronger than it would be if you just sort of sat there waiting. Wow. Okay, let's keep going. I keep getting someone does not have access to you. Wow. Like they did before. It's like you're closed off to them. So I feel like someone here felt like, you know, it feels like, I want to say someone was faced with a choice, right? Or it's like, well, we're all constantly making choices. And, you know, when you get into a relationship, or you know, start considering another person with all the choices that you're making, your choices reflect that. When you're making choices based on, you know, this is my life and I'm living it to the fullest and da-da-da, I'm out here being my own self, your choices reflect that. And I feel it's almost as if you have this taciturn and this choice, and it feels a little bit like you may have been dealing with someone who was a little, either they were a little bit selfish in their choices, like they were choosing the things that served them the best, or you were dealing with someone who their choices, they weren't able to make the choices that they wanted to make because they were still working through something, or they had other obligations or other priorities or something like that. For some of you, it may have even been both, you know? And it may have, it feels like something that feels so simple, but is actually sort of complicated. So this feels like a very deep soul connection where, you know, even if someone has lost access to you on the 3D, on the 5D, it's like they can still energetically feel you and they feel the choices you're making. You know, I feel like this person was kind of unyielding or unbending, or wasn't able to be flexible in their decision making, and a door closed. And then I feel like, you know, they were maybe hoping that you would leave the door open, and you didn't. You closed the door as well to like reclaim this freedom here. And it may have even taken you a while to get to the place where you actually also closed the door, but they're feeling it. They're in contemplation. They're wondering, is this reversible? What happens if I open the door? Will Pisces open the door? Like, you know, what is happening here? You know, is there still a chance for this to open up? And it feels to me like, since this has happened, this person is getting a ton of signs and synchronicities. You know, I think there was a part of them always that sort of recognized that this connection was deeper or stronger than most that they have felt, and that there was some kind of spiritual level to it. And I feel like at times they definitely felt like you were their destiny, or like you were the person that they were going to spend the rest of their life with. I think they could see it. I think that like the signs and synchronicities may be all they have now. You know, it feels like a cold, dark place for them. It feels like they don't have access. Like the door is closed. I mean, I got that so strongly when I was meditating. It's like, woof. They feel like they're just sort of on the outside looking in. Let's see. Spirit, what can you tell us? What can you tell us? Wow. I mean, honestly, you have the energy of the Ace of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, and the Ten of Cups. If I had just started here with the tarot, I'd be like, wow. Someone's about to make you a solid and stable offer. They really share this. They want to share a vision. They want to share a plan. They want to work together. They want to build something solid of significance. They really feel that they're so emotionally content with you, and that they just want to live in this forever. However, with all the lead up to get here, it almost feels like a missed opportunity. And it almost feels like a project that we were building, that where we were kind of sharing a vision, we were kind of sharing a plan, or we were, you know, we were putting work and effort, we were investing in, and we were happy. We were sharing emotional contentment. But it's possible, you know, that Ace of Pentacles actually even says false start here. So it can be a situation where, you know, you were discovering each other. You were finding out that you were really compatible. You were even possibly, I feel like, putting in the work, putting in the effort here, in this. And, you know, at times really making yourself feel very vulnerable, or, you know, making the tough choice with this guy hanging off this rock ledge, you know. Wow. Okay. I watched a documentary like like a year ago or something about this rock climber who climbed without a lot of safety gear. He's like a free climber or something. It was so good. I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, I just saw that flash in front of my eyes. Like, I hadn't thought about that in forever. And I'm seeing this guy with all this safety equipment. He's not actually really exerting the effort. He sort of has all this safety gear here. It's giving me this energy of someone who's putting the work in to a point. And someone who sort of always is keeping in mind, I have this, you know, safety route or this safety hatch, or, you know, at any given time I could just sort of jump off this rock and take a nice swing. You know what I mean? So it's someone who was sort of like hedging their bets. Wait, okay, let me clarify this. I do get like this selfishness from this taciturn energy, which taciturn is not a selfish, they don't mean the same thing, but I just get that energy from that card. So it is like they didn't fully go all in. Not that we, you know, need people out here risking their lives, but oh yeah, see, ouch. Oh yeah, this person's learning a lesson. Wow, I mean, Pisces, my God. With the King of Wands clarifying this Ace of Pentacles, this person wanted this. They wanted this opportunity. I almost, you know, this King of Wands is really giving me this vibe of like someone who, you know, sees someone and is like, that's my person, that's who I want, that is the situation that I am super attracted to. I'm going to take action on it, you know. And they got their opportunity with the Ace of Pentacles. Aces are something that the universe supplies, right? So it's kind of like the universe, you know, I feel as though they manifested it. They may even be a very strong manifesting energy. Like they may be someone who typically does get what they want because they're really adept at understanding what they want, taking the right action to get it. And so it's almost like this golden egg just sort of like fell in their lap, you know. I mean, it didn't really, because it's like they spent a lot of time, I feel like, wanting it, manifesting it, mastering it, you know, observing it, you know, getting the energy correct around it. I mean, there was an investment before it even got off the ground, is how it's feeling to me. And with the Three of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles, you know, the Page of Pentacles for me is a spiritual lesson. And this one comes hard with the Three of Swords on the bottom of the deck. You know, this one comes hard, you know. I feel like they wanted it and everything, but you got to also think about the other characteristics of a King of Wands. You know, they're not going to risk their ego. They're only going to put themselves out there as much as they know they can be successful and that they can win and that they can get what they want. And, you know, with all the safety equipment, it's kind of like, yeah, I can say I scaled El Capitan or whatever. I don't even know. But, you know, but really it's like, yeah, I did scale it, but, you know, I didn't like free climb it. You know, I climbed it with all this stuff on. It wasn't quite the same thing. You're not taking quite the same risk. You're not, you know, and again, I'm not recommending people run out there and take risks with their lives, but I'm just saying that there's something about this here where there is ego, there is pride, there is a certain level of arrogance, and there is also a certain level of image involved in this. I feel like where it's like, you know, doing something that sounds risky. I don't know why it's giving me this, but it's like if someone hands you $1 million and you take a big risk, like you start a business or you even bet on it in the stock market or something like that. And then people are like, oh, wow, you took such a big risk. You invested $1 million. And it's like, yes, I did. And they're like, wow, it really paid off for you. And they don't see that, like, that $1 million was almost always play money. It was something that someone else handed to you. It's not like you worked blood, sweat, and tears for the $1 million. You know what I'm saying? There's something about it that's like that. That and it may even be that, like, Pisces, you sensed that. And, you know, you wanted someone who was really willing to take off the safety equipment and risk it for you. This person is learning the lesson of relying so heavily on, you know what it's also giving me? It's like someone who is like, I'm going to get this person like addicted to me. Like, I'm going to do things for this person that I'm willing to do that are really no big deal for me to do, but are things that, you know, and then I'll have them eating out of my hands, and then, you know, they will, you know, let me have this relationship the way that I want it. You know, they'll let me control the situation or call the shots or say what is good and what isn't. And it's like, with the Three of Swords, it's like, you know, as hard as it was for me to let go of that and let go of what was good here, or what was working or what was sort of filling me up, you know, I let it go. And it hurt for both of us with the Ten of Cups and the Three of Swords. The other thing I'm getting is you do have 2 3s here. There could have been external factors. There could have been external people. This person may have kept an ex on speed dial, you know, or they could have, you know, there's just an energy of my energy is being siphoned somewhere else. So it doesn't necessarily have to be like a person, right? A third party is something that this person is prioritizing over the connection. They're learning a lesson, or they have the opportunity to learn a lesson about it. True collaboration, true equal giving, and, you know, equal vision sharing. So, you know, I feel like this person really wanted this, but they didn't show it. They were uncomfortable showing that they wanted this. What in the world? And that caused a restriction in the relationship. They were uncomfortable revealing that they were, you know, it's almost like if you know, it's almost like someone who's struggling through a power dynamic. If you know how bad I want this, then you'll be in the driver's seat and I'll be at your mercy. And if I make you want this as bad as I want this, then, and I never show you that I really do want it this bad, then I'll be in the driver's seat and you'll be at my mercy. Ugh, I don't love that. It's kind of like, who's going to win? Kind of energy that's really not a solid way to set up a relationship. Oh my gosh. I can't see what this says. Okay. You're getting another 3 here. You have the 3 of Cups clarifying the 7 of Swords, which I don't like that energy. And then, so it's your third 3. And then you have the Page of Wands being clarified by the 4 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles. You know, I feel like there's almost this energy of someone hiding behind something. It could be someone who's like hiding behind a group of friends, like they really, really like you and they really, really want to commit, but they're like, oh, dude, I can't, you know, like my friends, we're on a like no girlfriend kind of thing, or, you know, I can't take this relationship public because my family won't approve and they're too important to me. Or it's like, I almost feel like there's like this sort of like blaming a group or blaming a situation, or it's like hiding behind a group of people, or I'm even getting, or like a habit. Like, this is the way I've always done things. This is already set up like this. I can't change this. For some of you, this person may have even like a drinking problem or some kind of addiction to something. It's like they're deriving some kind of pleasure from some, it doesn't even have to be pleasure. It can be like some form of escape. They're hiding behind something. I get that very strongly. You have the Page of Wands with the Four of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so this person, nothing has changed when it comes to you or your energy, Pisces. It feels like you are, you're living a solid life. You are standing on a strong foundation. You're attractive. You're magnetic. You are single and you are doing really fine on your own. You don't need anybody. And this person, that may have even been something that really attracted this person to you, but I keep getting this sense of control. When we don't let someone know how we feel or we're not super honest, that is sort of a form of control, right? Because it's like I'm not being upfront with you, and I'm not being upfront with you with the intent of making you want or need me more than I want or need you, or at least as much. And that's manipulative. It's not earning it. It's not actually allowing that kind of energy to evolve naturally. It's like kind of manufacturing it, and it's not real that way. And so there's this energy though of, when you are really authentically yourself and you really hold your worth and your standards and you do not compromise, this type of trickery has no effect on you. I mean, I don't want to say it has no effect on you, right? Because if this is someone that you were engaging in some kind of relationship with and you really allowed yourself to care about this person, or, get to know this person, or kind of let this person in, and then you discovered, and then you felt that like your standard wasn't being met, right? So you cut this person loose, or you let them walk away when they walked away, or however it went down. There's still a sadness, there's still a heartbreak, there is still, ultimately it will subside into this, wow, I chose myself. And nothing actually feels better than self-love, not even loving another person. And when you make a big hard choice like that, where you do choose yourself and you do stay in your worth and you do stay in your value, it is a long-term investment, and it does pay off. And so it's like it almost seems as though this relationship or whatever, it hasn't taken a toll on you. Not to say that it didn't take any toll on you, but the overall energy of you, it's like you were able to bounce back, or you were able to get back to that place relatively quickly, or almost as if you never kind of went under, where this person with the Four of Cups feels as though they missed an opportunity that they actually really wanted, that it was an opportunity that they really wanted to take. But it's kind of like they were too busy playing games and or hiding behind something or someone, not revealing their truth. And this was strategic on their part. There was a reason for it. And I feel like this person is learning a huge lesson, because with this Seven of Wands and the Two of Pentacles, I feel, Pisces, you've put up some kind of block to this person, that because of their wishy-washiness, They may not have wanted to commit. They may not have been really outgoing about or outspoken about choosing you. They may have been like, well, you know, da 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 da. And I think you cut them off because, again, I'm getting this very strong, like the Four of Cups and the Seven of Wands. It's like giving me this energy of, you know, I could have reached out and grabbed it. Pisces was right there. They were right in front of me. I could have put this thing on lockdown. I could have invested. I could have taken my safety net off and free Clan del Capitan. I could have done it, you know. And I probably would have survived it, and I probably would have made it to the top. But I played these games. I hid behind this mask. I relied on this low vibe energy, and Pisces was like, dude, I'm worth way more than low vibe energy. That doesn't even register or compute with me. And I'm over here holding my standard. If you are wanting to meet that, then okay, let me know and I might let you back in. But until then, I'm off limits. Or it may not be no contact completely, but there is a part of you that you are not sharing with this person anymore. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. So you thought the King of Wands was bad before. Now the King of Wands is even worse. The person's desire is like ripping a hole in their chest. It's like this is like crazy energy right here. And I mean, seriously, the King of Wands with the Five of Swords, with the Devil, with the King of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So someone had deep feelings, and they may have felt like they were drowning in them. They may have felt like it was overwhelming, or it was too much, or it was something that was making them too vulnerable, or that if you knew, or if they showed you this, if they came clean, if they were honest, whatever, that you would just push their head under the water and they would just drown. And so it almost feels like this manipulation tactic, or this whatever, it almost feels to them, to me, in their energy right here, right now, of self-preservation. Like, this is how I survive. This is how I have to survive. But when you're dealing with a high vibrational person, they're not going to push you under. They're going to pull you up. You know what I mean? They're going to be like, oh my gosh, yes, let me respond to this authenticity with my own authenticity. And let me show you what true love really is, what it really is to engage in a healthy, honest relationship on a deep level. So, wow. I mean, oh my God. But wow, I mean, oh my God, this is so intense. Can't you even like see it and feel it right here? The King of Wands with the Devil with the Five of Swords. This person is like obsessively thinking about you. And I feel they are thinking that you could have anyone. You could already be off to the races, dating someone else or being with someone else. Oh my gosh. It is igniting inside this person something crazy. Like something they've never felt before. Wow. They want your attention. They want to win. Six of Wands on the bottom of the deck. They see you as their destiny. And I do think they are getting signs and synchronicities. They may be hearing your name. They may even, you have the Queen of Swords here with the Star card. You may have said something to them like, this is my standard and I'm not willing to accept less than this. And they may have made no decision, or with that we've seen the Two of Pentacles and now the Two of Swords. There was some kind of choice point where this person sputtered and stuttered and, you know, didn't make a decision, and that no decision was a decision. And I think the reason that they were wishy-washy about it is because they didn't actually want to make the decision that they made. It was not in alignment with them. But they were like, it feels like they really were struggling with, if this person knows how bad I want them and how like far I'd actually be willing to go for them, they would just take advantage of me. Like, I would lose all footing. Like, I'm not comfortable giving up that kind of stability. And so they kind of shut down. And I feel, though, that they are replaying this ultimatum. They are replaying this in their head. They're giving a lot of attention to this. With the Queen of Swords and the Star card, I feel like you were honest. And I feel like you were not asking for something that was unreasonable. It's like you were very clear-headed, very clear-minded. You know you're the star, you know, and this person fumbled the star. You know, they had everything they wanted right in their sights, and they were taking action. They were moving toward you. They were going for it. And then it's like, the devil like literally says control issues, oppression, lust. And it's just giving me, it's like you had such control over this person, not because you were manipulating them, not because, you know, not because of any like trickery, but because they wanted you so bad. King of Wands, Star card. You're everything that they ever wanted. And I do get the sense that they wanted this for a long time. And then the universe dropped it in their lap. And it was like, okay, what are you going to do? And they, Two of Swords, they fumbled the star. I mean, the universe dropped this golden egg in their lap, and they were like, suddenly I don't know what to do. I don't know what action to take. And it was this lower vibrational energy. I think they feared how much they wanted it. I mean, seriously, with the King of Wands coming out twice and the Star card here. With the Five of Swords, this is like, there are winners and there are losers. And, you know, I don't want to lose. I don't want this obsession to be the end of me. I don't want, it's like, you know, I don't know if people still talk about man cards, but it's like I don't want to be that guy that gives up the man card, or I don't want to be the woman that, you know, sacrifices all of her dreams and all her life to be with somebody. It's kind of like taking the worst case scenario and assuming that that's what's going to happen if we act on this. And the thing is, when you're dealing with someone who's like the Nine of Pentacles and the Star card energy and the Queen of Swords energy, they're not the person that's going to do this to you. You know, the person that's going to do this to you is the Seven of Swords person, the Page of Wands person. It's not someone who has invested so much in herself or his self that their life is stable and solid and in a place of peace, and where they're very secure in themselves and what they deserve and what they're worth, and they're standing up for that. And when they stand up for that for themselves, rest assured, that means they understand that you too have a standard, and they understand your worth and your value in their life, and they're not going to ask you to compromise it. You know, even if they felt like you would just make a complete idiot out of yourself for them, they're not going to ask you to do that because they don't want you to do that. You know what I'm saying? And so it's kind of like this person is projecting. See how I kept getting this selfish energy around the taciturn? It's almost like, is this person capable of that? Or do they think if I were in this shoes that I might take advantage of someone like that? Like, you know, sometimes what we're projecting onto other people is what we're capable of ourselves. It doesn't mean the other person is actually going to do that or is capable of that or would even cross that person's mind. You know what I mean? So it's interesting because you have the Six of Wands and the King of Cups on the bottom of the deck, which says like this person actually really developed strong feelings for you. And I feel like they could see a long-term relationship. The Six of Wands back in the day was a card of engagement. And it's like, it is recognition, and it is like, I have found the one after a long battle and after going through whatever I've gone through. But this person wasn't able to rise up to meet the occasion of it clearly because they let fear and illusion convince them that this was some kind of game that they had to win, and that led them to indecision with the Star. Who the hell has everything they want right in front of their face and goes, geez, I don't know if I want this? Someone who doesn't know if they deserve it. Someone who doesn't know if they can handle it. Someone who's afraid to fail. God, look at this. I mean, Pisces, I feel like you were like, hey, listen, I got to sit in my worth. I got to sit in my value. Like, I am willing to nurture this, and I am willing to show up for this, and I may even feel like this is fated and like this is a strong soul connection and that you're a soulmate, but I'm not compromising myself ever for anything, for any reason, which is why you're the damn Star, because you get it and you know. The most powerful choice we can ever make in this world is to choose ourselves, and that's what I see you doing here, Pisces. And you may be taming this person's beast through this choice, through this decision, because, you know, it's kind of like, I feel as though they gave you what they wanted to give you or what they were easily sort of willing to give you, because it's not that they didn't want you. They sure did. But you were like, you know, that's nice and everything, but like, that's not what I need. That's not what I'm looking for. It's kind of like, it's not enough. I know that you have more to give. I know that there is more out there. Yeah, with the Strength card and being clarified by the Lovers, you definitely know that this is a strong soulmate connection and that this person could be the one for you. I think you also know they're playing games. You know, there's a lot of biblical stories in the Lovers card. You had the burning bush and the Garden of Eden, and you know, there are all these lessons attached here. And it's kind of one of those things where, like, if there ever was a relationship that I was going to compromise myself, my worth, or my value for, it would probably be this one. But you made the strong choice. You made the difficult choice here, Pisces, with the Strength card and the Lovers, and you chose yourself. And you kind of said to yourself, look, if I accept this, then we can go along like this forever, but I will always be accepting less than I deserve, or I will always be settling, or, you know, I'll always, or, you know, maybe this person will do the right thing out of the goodness of their heart, or because they feel guided to, or because the relationship evolves to that place, but, and they'll give me what I deserve, you know, but that's a chance that I'm not necessarily willing to take. And I've kind of reached this point where I've invested everything I can invest given the current circumstances, and I have to make the hard choice here. I have to choose myself. And I have to trust that if something is meant for me, then it's going to rise to meet my occasion. It's going to recognize my worth and my value, and it's going to show up offering me that. With the Star card and the Seven of Pentacles, you know, Pisces, I feel like you do feel this is fated. I feel like you also feel that there is an element of divine timing, that it's not just about meeting the right person, it's about the right time. And I feel like you do feel like you invested a lot, or that you planted a lot of seeds in this connection, and that, you know, this person is left with those seeds, and that if it is meant to be, then those seeds are going to take root, and they're just only going to get stronger, and this person is going to tend to them, and this person is going to introspect, and this person is going to ask themselves if they really invested everything that they could have or should have in this connection. And they're going to realize that, like, wow, yeah, you know what, Pisces is the one that I have always wanted, and I want another chance. So I feel like, Pisces, you are leaving are we getting another chance, up to fate and destiny with the Seven of Pentacles, the Lovers, and the Judgment here. It's like, you know, if this really is as strong a connection as I think it is, and if, you know, everything that really transpired between us was true, then, you know, it's only, you know, all I can know is that, you know, unless this person is heartless, unemotional, you know, whatever, and is just, you know, able to move on. But yeah, no, I mean, they would have to be like a psychopath or a narcissist. And if that is the case, my God, you do not want them as a partner. So good for you. You know what I mean? You got rid of them. But if this person is right and true, it's like they're going to show up because the seeds have been planted, and because you're not the only one feeling the strength of the connection. And sitting in your value is not ever going to be the wrong thing to do when you're dealing with the right person. So yeah, if you want true emotional contentment with this person, then you have to make the choices and the decisions that feed that fuel that. Yeah, there's another choice point coming up here for this relationship. You got the Two of Wands. So, you know, I do feel like the ball is kind of in this person's court. I do feel like all the ingredients are there. I do feel like this person feels like, you know, there is this Pisces is my missing piece element to this relationship. Like, do I always want to be missing this part of me, or do I want to be whole? That's really the question here. That's really the choice that I'm making, you know, and it is a choice for their future. You know, it sucks to be on the receiving end of this, right? Where you're investing in a relationship with someone and they're not healed, or they're having to face some kind of spiritual lesson, and you're holding the ground here. And it can feel like you're getting gypped, or like if you keep repeating this cycle where it's like it gets to the point where someone's got to make a strong choice and they don't, or, you know, you have to keep kind of nursing yourself back from these kinds of relationships that don't work out because someone wasn't able to meet you as deeply as you've met yourself. It can feel very unfair, but you are actually getting something out of it. And especially when you Queen of Pentacles it and you choose your worth and your value, you know, then you're just upping the ante and upping the ante on your reward, on what will finally come to you, you know. And if this person comes around, if they do make this choice, my God, they're going to be loyal as hell. They're going to show up. They're going to invest. I mean, this is going to be a long-term relationship, I feel like. And this person has had the opportunity to think about this and to get a new perspective. And I think with that Queen of Swords energy that we saw, they have thought about what you've said. And I think they've thought about how fair it is and how just it is, and how you weren't using that moment where they were vulnerable. You weren't using that to manipulate them. You weren't using that to kind of get an upper hand. You were just saying, hey, this is my bottom line, and meet it or I gotta go. And, you know, I think the reality of that is setting in with this person, that someone who would have ever taken advantage of this person would have certainly done so in that moment. you know, they would have messed with that person's mind and heart. And I think, Pisces, you were very clear. You were very decisive, and you were very much like, okay, this is what it is. And I think if you go back and you replay the words that you said, I mean, always when we're having an emotional discussion or something, it can be very hard to like say all the right things. And, you know, there's always the things you wish you would have said, or you wish you would have said differently. But I honestly think like what I'm getting is the bare bones of what you said. Everything that you needed to say was there. It exists. You know, it's there for this person to tap into, to get clarity about the situation, and even about who you really are at your core. So I feel like, I sort of feel like saying to you, you know, good job. You did plant the seeds. You put in there everything that this person needed to get the perspective that was needed. And that's all you can do. You can't do more than that. You can't do more than choosing yourself and also, you know, expressing to the person as clearly as you are capable of, you know, how you feel or why this is the case or what you need or why you need it or whatever it is that you feel guided or called toward, you know. I almost feel on some level for some of you, the conversation may have even been a bit spiritually guided. Well, this person has complete clarity. I mean, and that is for sure. You know, they see the truth. You got the 10 of Cups clarified by the Sun. You know, nothing brings this person, I feel like, more happiness or more joy than thinking about the emotional contentment they have already experienced with you, and that is possible in this connection. I feel like they, you know, they know that this is a soulmate situation, and they know that there is something here with the Sun and there being like this naked child. This person can be, they're free to be someone with you that they, you know, cannot be with other people. And they are accepted, they are embraced, and they are loved. And they know that. And, you know, with the Emperor on this 2 of Wands choice, if there's someone you want making decisions in your life, it is an Emperor, right? Because when an Emperor is in their highest and best energy, they make decisions that are the best for everyone. And they weigh all things. They know all things. They see all things. And so this person is finally stepping up to this decision point, this new opportunity, it feels like, with this 2 of Wands. They are stepping up informed on a firm foundation and, you know, ready to step into their power in this decision rather than, you know, this little kind of Page of Wands energy that they were showing up in before, where they were kind of like, yeah, I want this, you know what I mean? But it's, in its own way, it's a little non-committal. It is like, I've made a choice and this, I'm choosing what I want here. But the Emperor is like deeply rooted in a foundation, in a wisdom, in experience. And I'm not just choosing based on what I want. I'm choosing based on what is best. And with the Sun card, they're seeing it clearly. They're seeing everything, especially with the Hangman and the Sun card. They've gotten a new perspective, and they are really seeing it. Wow. So again, there's a huge decision point coming up, and this decision is real. This decision is like commitment to some level. This is something stronger than, wow, oh my gosh, you guys. If I was writing a fairy tale, this decision has impact. This decision has longevity, and it is rooted in something in the 3D material world here. Could be signing a contract, moving in together, building a house together, a marriage license. It can be any of those things. But it can also just be, this is a decision that is set in stone. Like, when I commit to you, I'm committing to you. Like, I have every expectation that this is forever. With the Justice card, you have the Emperor with the 6 of Swords here. Like, this person has come to a place of peace, stepping into their power, into their own divinity, into their confidence. They're not making decisions of, I'm so afraid I'm going to drown, or this person is going to take advantage of me. They're making decisions from this place of, I have a clear mind and a clear heart, and I'm doing what I think is not just in my best, but is in the best for all. And with the 9 of Cups being clarified by the Queen of Pentacles and the Hierophant, you prioritizing your own emotional well-being and your own worth is what made this possible. And it is, with the Hierophant here, that choice that you made is what brought about this possibility. Because and which I think is important to hear, because those decisions and those choices are scary as hell to make. You know, and we oftentimes will review them and doubt them and wonder if we did the right thing, or if we should have just stuck it out and waited for the person to come around. But, you know, whether it is with this person or whether it is with someone new, you choosing yourself is what led to, you know, greater emotional contentment, or emotional contentment shared. You set the example, you set the tone, you held on to your worth, you held on to your bottom line. And because of that, it has created this opportunity for this decision to be made. And it also held space and cleared the way for this person to step into their divine masculine. If it is not this person stepping up, then I'm telling you, there is a new divine masculine coming in. And it's all based on this choice point where you held the line for yourself, Pisces, where you were like, this is my bottom line, and I'm not accepting less. With the 6 of Wands, here you come victorious. With the 6 of Wands and the Justice, I do feel like there's an engagement on the horizon here for you, Pisces. For some of you, for sure. All right, let me get you guys some message cards. If you're dealing with a water sign, you have regret. The changes are real. I want to talk to you. I had no idea you would end up meaning so much to me, and you deserve more. If you are dealing with a fire sign, you're getting anxious, passion, indecisive. I don't care what people think anymore, and you will always be my secret love. If you are dealing with an earth sign, okay, so many messages lately for the earth sign. I feel like, I don't know, I keep feeling like I keep making that observation, but maybe it's deja vu. I don't know, take it as it resonates. My karmic story is ending. Also, are you getting this card a lot? Because I feel like I'm having deja vu right now. I have no idea. Tell me though if you notice or no. I am making plans. I can't stop thinking of you. Hopeful, guarded. I don't want to let you down. All right, and if you're dealing with an air sign, okay. I remember everything you said. See, somebody is replaying messages with that Queen of Swords that came out. It's like, I can just, it's like I think it was emotionally charged in the situation, or like they couldn't quite hear you, or they couldn't quite take it all in. But like in time, they're realizing that you provided clarity, and that, you know, you were asking for what was right and what was just and what you deserved. You were not like manipulative. Okay, my nerves get the best of me sometimes. I don't want to miss my chance with you. Yeah. Daydreaming, honest, and wait for me. All right, Pisces, this is what I have for you. I hope it helps. I hope it brought you guys some peace and some clarity today. I have been suffering from migraines a lot. So if I do not post, just know that it's not because I don't love you and that I don't want to show up. It's because I've been having a very hard time with my head. All right, so with all that being said, I am going to go rest, and I am going to send you guys all off with my very, very best. Always, always, always. Until next time, guys. Bye-bye.